The call came the morning after my shift. I was still half asleep, the smell of coffee bitter in the air. "Mr. Cole," the voice said, "I'm calling on behalf of Mrs. Margaret Leland. She passed away 3 days ago. You've been named as her sole beneficiary." I thought it was a mistake. I barely knew the woman. Just a quiet, elegant regular who sat at table 9 every Thursday. She always ordered tea, never coffee, and tipped $100 no matter the bill. "She left you $43 million," he continued. My chest tightened. "That's impossible. I was just her waiter." There was silence. Then, softly, the lawyer said, "She insisted. Said you reminded her of someone." That night I couldn't sleep. I kept seeing her sitting there, thin fingers around a porcelain cup, eyes too focused, too knowing. The last time I saw her, she'd stared at me for a long time before whispering, "You look just like him." Then she smiled, a strange, sad kind of smile. I thought she was just lonely. Now I wasn't sure. The next morning I met with the lawyer. His office smelled of cedar and old secrets. The inheritance was real, legitimate. But when I asked, "Why me?" he hesitated. "She didn't say much," he admitted. "Only that you should look in the safety deposit box at Belcroft Bank. She said you'd understand." Understand what? I'd lost everything when my wife left. My home, my dignity, my belief that the world had any fairness left. But this didn't feel like luck. It felt like bait. The bank manager led me into a small, cold room. Inside the box were photographs, dozens of them. At first, they were of me, some recent, some old. Then I saw her, Margaret, standing beside a man who looked exactly like me. Same eyes, same crooked jawline. The back of the photo read, "Michael Leland, 1985. My father's name only. My father had died before I was born, or at least, that's what my mother told me. I went home and dug through the one box of her belongings I'd kept. Old letters, bills, and a single photo, my mother holding me as a baby. A man's arm rested around her shoulder. The face was torn off. I started connecting dots that shouldn't connect. Margaret wasn't a stranger. She was my grandmother. And someone, my mother or hers, had wanted that truth buried. The lawyer called again the next day. "There's one more document," he said. "It's sensitive." It was a handwritten confession dated 10 years ago. If you're reading this, I'm gone. Michael never died. He was taken. Your mother, Elaine, knew. She took you and disappeared. She didn't want our name attached to what he did. Below the words was a newspaper clipping. "Belcroft Corporation executive sentenced for embezzlement and negligent homicide. Michael Leland." My father. He'd killed a man, stolen millions, disappeared before sentencing. My mother had changed our names, rewritten our history. The inheritance wasn't a gift, it was guilt money. Margaret's final attempt to buy redemption for a legacy built on blood. That night I searched for Elaine, my mother. She was still alive, living quietly in another state under a false name. When she opened the door and saw me, her face went white. "I know," I said. Her lips trembled. "You weren't supposed to." We sat across from each other in silence, years of lies between us like smoke. "You could have told me," I said. "You think I didn't want to?" Her voice cracked. "You think I wanted you to know your father was a murderer? That your blood—" "My blood isn't his," I interrupted. "It's yours, and you poisoned it with lies." She tried to explain, but I didn't want explanations. I slid the bank document across the table. "I transferred the inheritance to the victim's family," I said. "Every cent." She stared at me, stunned. "That money was yours." "No," I said quietly. "It was his, and he took enough from the world already." She broke. I didn't. "I just wanted to protect you," she whispered. "You did," I said, "from the truth." Until now, I left her house before sunrise. didn't look back. The road stretched ahead like a clean wound, open, endless, silent. Margaret's money was gone. So was the past. What remained was clarity. For the first time, I understood that bloodlines meant nothing. Lies, however, lasted generations. I rented a small apartment above the restaurant where I once waited tables, the same one where Margaret had first seen me. Sometimes, when I wipe down table 9, I can almost hear her voice. "You look just like him." Maybe I do, but I'm not him, and that, finally, is my inheritance.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.